All right, Francis, what have you been doing today?
We've had a meeting here with our different teams that were distributing food. We've been giving to over 1,700 families. Among them were 780 Christian families who got nothing really from government or other sources. And then we gave also to the community in general, making a total of 1,700 people fed. We are yet to begin working out on modules to begin feeding of children, the malnourished children under 5, so that we can establish for them feeding centers where they would get the nutritious porridge and on. But for families, it was fabulous. We got a lot of good response. One of the people are complaining that what the World Food Program was giving through the government could not last them even a day, 2 days. But the package we were giving of about 10 kilos of maize flour, beans, and oil, they were very grateful that this would last them for a while. So we were estimating to give them this to supplement whatever they would have for 1 month, and hope to do another round like this at the end of August. I'm afraid that things are not going to be better because we've just gotten prediction that there will not be rain. A number of wells have dried, so we just launched up. We've been evaluating a number of them, seen a couple wells without water. We hope to rehabilitate a number and dig out fresh ones so that people can have water even in the drought that is coming.
How many people have you had working on your distribution?
We did it in an interesting way. We had a team of about 10. Some were in Nairobi doing the purchases and we totally relied on the pastors who we were giving to their members, and community leaders on the other hand, elders. So ours was to purchase, process, and bring it to them, register them, and then go on ahead to give them to share this. So we involved the beneficiaries both in the process of distribution food, which went on very well. In one place, we were sitting them 5-5 and giving them to share, and most of this sharing went on very smoothly, and we appreciate. Although in other areas we had chaos because we registered like 400, but they came 800. So those who are not in the list demanding that they too must be given. And we had measured just for the ratio of these who are there. So we had to tip off a little bit from everyone so that no one would go empty-handed.
And is there any significant problem in obtaining food in Nairobi? And are prices going up as a result of scarcity?
Yes, the prices have started shooting up. The cost of what we bought these things last week is not a difference from what it is. The new quotation I'm getting now is increasing. And even transporters are becoming scarce. We are in a dire need of our transport.
Your government charges such an amount of import tax on lorries. It would be an expensive thing to send one in, even if one could lay a hand on it.
Yeah, but we are working out ways we could get the used ones, whose costs are not as high, because the used one could help us for this period.
So now, going to the hard end of this, you yourself have been able to now meet families who are undernourished and suffering from scarcity. What did you see? What did they tell you when you met them?
A majority of them were saying they didn't know what they would do in this month that is coming. So we cannot judge from what last month was, but the coming month was really promising difficult times for them. So many were happy to have gotten something to help them through the coming month. And the hope that many have expressed is just great. I'm tabulating and collecting some of these would be really breathtaking. We got some elders just making a trip and coming and saying Christians have helped us. Where were our Muslim brothers? I felt that someone was asking us when we were given, where is this food from? When we told them Christians across the world gave us to share to help us in our plight, but we are sharing it with you. So they said, where are the Muslims? Where are our Muslim brothers? And helping us. So for us, we are seeing this as cementing our witness. It is our calling that we should do good in this manner.
And in the wider situation, are there more refugees arriving?
Of course, there are more refugees arriving, but the recent move was to create a refugee camp in Somalia on the other side of the border so that they can be helped from the other end and not allow them to creep in, because this is oversaturated. We cannot explain, it cannot take more.
Right.
Yeah, and we hope the problem is once they are here, you can't ask them to go back.
No, of course.
Because they are under protection by all means, and it will overwhelm our systems and our ability to cope. The tragedy is that the locals, who also shared the other side of the border, are having problems because the situation is similar with what is in Somalia. The locals have nowhere else to go. So everyone is crumbling if they could get help where these are. Most of the people's cattle and animals are dead, and therefore they cannot live on. Like someone lost all over about 200 herds of cattle.
Yeah.
And that is really lost a livelihood.
Yeah, I mean that's the end of his farming life, because you don't ever replace that.
But also we have a very interesting mode. There are people we had given borehole in 2009 when there was famine, and some of them have used it for farming. And there's one person who has made a very good harvest, even in this time. He has crop. I was taking the pictures of that. It was amazing to see that he has his vegetables while everyone else is starving. Yeah, that has led us to think that the boreholes we are sinking, many more people would use to farm, and it will help us mitigate future drought.